My background's in visual design, and I started working with fiber in about 1996 or 1997. I had been a paper maker and a bookmaker, and I started doing more stitching with those projects, and then that led to working with fabrics directly. And first I worked on more traditional quilt making just to learn the techniques, and from there I went off into doing my own thing. A lot of my work is influenced by the concept of wabi-sabi, the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi. So I take a lot of digital photographs of very ephemeral kinds of things, moving water, things that are decaying, and those become the beginnings of pieces. The series that's here today is based on finding decayed and what's the word I would use, kind of fragmented leaves in the fall when they're starting to fall apart or they've been attacked by insects. And most of the leaves I find are very small, and I end up blowing all these up and then creating the pieces from that, because I think it allows you to see the essence of the leaf in a new way. And I'm hoping that people will then go out and actually look at the environment in a new way. I think maybe I want to be taking it a little more easy in 10 years and just working on the projects that I really find dear to my heart instead of still maybe trying to build a body of work. I like to be out in the morning. That's my best time of day, whether it's to do the photography or to actually work in the studio. That's my best time of day, when things are fresh, and I seem to have more ideas at that time of day. The Japanese concept of wabi-sabi is that you find beauty in things that are imperfect, impermanent, or incomplete. So it plays out in some of the boro fabrics in Japan, where they're recombining old textiles together and creating new pieces. It's maybe finding that perfect stem or a perfect flower, but it won't be the one that is the most beautiful in the way that we would think of it here. It'll be the one with the most character. It's kind of a hard concept to put words to, but I think it's somehow it touches me in terms of everything I do. As you can see in these leaves, these were originally very small leaves that had been chewed up by the Japanese beetles. And I blew these up in a computer program. And these I printed out digitally onto fabric at about 34 inches long. Printed fronts, printed backs, combined them together. Then they were stitched. And all the holes that the bugs had eaten, I got to cut out with the tiny little scissors. And then I shaped them with a liquid compound so that I can make them stiff and I can make them look more like what a leaf would do in the fall. In a perfect world, there's a piece in my mind that would wrap around the inside of this room that's called the lay of the land. And it would use all the techniques that I've kind of learned up to now, and that I would be able to make an environmental kind of piece. Problem is, it's so overwhelming, I never quite get it started. And second would be, I don't have the studio space to do it, so I still haven't figured out how to do it. But that might be the piece that takes me to that 10-year mark.